Good afternoon. This is Dr. Barbara Gast. My Management 660 class. You are coming to the end of the first week. Thought we would just pause for a moment and say, how do you feel? Checking your pulse. Are you still with me here? Yes, it's been an adjustment for some saying, wow, this seems like a lot of work. And no doubt there is work involved here. But I think we're getting a sense of is reading the assignment instructions and trying to find what tasks need to be done, who's going to do what, and deliver it. But I want to emphasize something else. This class is about process. Many of you are anxious about your grade, and especially depending on somebody else. Let me reassure you, this is about a process. This means that you need to be able to input data. It will not be perfect, but you need to make some assessment, and then you're going to copy and paste the visual that comes out of your spreadsheet that you downloaded from the strategyclub.com. That is important because if you don't copy and paste it on the Word document, there's no way to put citations in there, to have any dialogue, and you will always have a reference page. Pay attention to the instructions. You will need at least 5 citations with every paper, at least. But let's talk about this communication. It's trying to take ideas, and in the case, yes, we have financial data, but you are using that to build an argument to make change. Now, it can go different directions. You don't know at this point, but the data will speak to you and say the timing is everything, what the external threats, what's a threat today may not be a threat tomorrow. So we're always changing. We're looking at things. Also, I want to talk about creativity. I had a discussion with one student, and they were concerned that people may be copying. And so let's just talk about that. Because when you have something else, I mean, we have all kinds of tools. We have AI, very heavy with that. For instance, I'm a member of ChatGPT. I like to do some things in there. But you're not going to be able to just go in and say, hey, do a SWOT for me and create a visual. Because what you're doing is putting data into the spreadsheet. That is your evidence that you researched and put something in there. Now, if you want to ask ChatGPT, what was the financial records for such and such a time, yeah, they might spit that out. And that is a shortcut. You can use those tools, but you cannot just copy and paste because, first of all, you don't know if the information is correct. They hallucinate is the word that's used, meaning they want to please you, so they'll make up things. Your citations may not be correct. So be diligent. You're going to have to look at this much more carefully. Let me adjust my lighting here. It seems to be going. There we go. I think we're a little bit better here. By the way, don't let my cat steal the show. She's back here. I had to put her cat bed back here because she's insists to be near my keyboard. And the cat's name is Piper. She's a very good cat. So back to this originality. The originality is that you're going to find information. It's going to be difficult at times. And sometimes you're going to have to estimate. And so as long as it seems reasonable, that input, you're going to say, where did I get that information? And if you did use ChatGPT, you are going to have to list it as a source. And you say, well, how do I cite ChatGPT? You do it by asking them. You just say, how do I cite you? And it'll come back. But the other thing I want to understand is when you go to an AI tool, these are derivatives. What we mean by that is it's using existing material and just compiling it. It's kind of like an encyclopedia. We like encyclopedias. We're in a high school because it's all there in one spot. But when we get into college writing, Wikipedia, Britannica is just not of great use to us because it may get us started, but then we have to double check, go to the original author. And I say the same thing about ChatGPT, is that you don't know if they're making up things, and you will have to go and look at that source and just verify. So you don't want derivative, you want original thinking, something fresh. Maybe no one's thought about this strategy. You're not just trying to replicate what someone else has done. This is where the creativeness comes in and part of the process. And the critical thinking component of this is where you're going to have to fact check your AI tool or your encyclopedia. You cannot assume that what they're giving you is 100% accurate. That's the process of being a college student. We're looking for inconsistencies, inaccuracies. Now, when I'm grading, I'm looking at what looks reasonable, because you're at a disadvantage. You're not inside the company. You don't have access to tools that an analyst would have. So we simulate this experience. This is a process. So at the end, we want you to be able to go through this again on your own. And the beauty of it is that these tools, such as the spreadsheet, will be available to you long after the class is over. You don't have to be in college to be able to access it. So I just wanted to address AI. And for those of you who want to take shortcuts and say, hey, what's the harm? You just can't do it. You're going to have to put input into the spreadsheet and then create your tables. And they have to look similar to what comes out of these Excel spreadsheet. If you're curious what it should look like before you're done, if you're like me, I like to see the big picture and say, what's this table or this chart supposed to look like? Then be sure and download Sanderson Farms, and that's a sample. We won't be doing everything in that report, but most of it will be applicable to you, and it'll make you feel more comfortable, I think. All right. Okay, so the focus. What are we doing in this class? It's a process. We have discussions to try to evaluate what's going on. So if something's not clear to you, I can also anticipate. I can kind of poke at you a little bit and say, what do you think about this or that? Your assessments. There's no tests. Except a little quiz. The quiz was just to get you to think in terms of the syllabus. But your assessment is the ability to deliver. And it's not who does what. It's a matter, can you as a team pull together, get through whatever obstacles are in front of you, and deliver it. I'm reminded when I was a product manager in a food company many years ago. And I would stand before the director. Actually, my boss at that time, I think, was vice president. They would ask me and say, well, where's this report? And I can't say, hey, Sally didn't do her part. No, we delivered it. And if someone was out sick, I was the one who was pitching in to get it done. Now, that is business. And so we want to row together, get everyone rowing in the right direction. If somebody's not rowing, then find diplomatic ways to bring people along. And with that, I think that's mostly what I wanted to talk about. I think the originality and communication, what this class is about, you should have a better feel at this time. Anytime you feel you're struggling, anytime you feel lost, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to walk you through. Whether it's after hours or not, just give me a call, okay? All right, let's see what week 2 brings us, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.